Let's go, ready, say, go. Hey, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Yeah. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Yeah. Can I get to the yams? I'm early for them yams. Don't live with no friends that they're going to pretend. Yeah. For some starters that can do it all the time. Oh, the yams are all I know. I feel the risen destruction. It's sending me the song to the world. Can I get to the yams? Trying to get to the bands. Money in my pockets in with a will in the pen. Something about them yams I just don't understand. And I'm telling them, can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay. Yeah. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay.
Solid Steel Wrestling presents KliqBait Wrestling. What is going on, peoples? It's your boy Smith. As always, joined by my North American Thick Boy tag team partner, Matitude 22. What's going on, bro? Yeah, so definitely get yourself some sleep tonight so you don't wake up too late. We got a good show for you tonight. Of course, we are watching AEW Colision. If you're just joining, we just been announced. Jungle Boy Jack, or just Jack Perry, will be taking on Hook. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be for the FTW title tomorrow afternoon at All In. So you just add that to the card on top of the other stuff that we have for tomorrow. Thought I had put you on the audio. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Because I thought I put the audio on there. Where is it? All right. How about now?
All right, there we go.
Okay. Big ups to everybody joining us here tonight. We were gonna talk a little bit about Colision, but I kind of wanted to start off at, we lost two legends this week, and I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about it here on KliqBait. It's kind of the thing we do here, wrestling show and all that good stuff. But I wanted to start off with paying tribute to the late Terry Funk, who passed this week. I guess if I was to say my best memory of Terry Funk was not just his early NWA, WCW stuff, because I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I sat there and was like, oh man, I remember all the stuff he did back in the early, in the late NWA and all that stuff. I seen some of the stuff he did back in WCW when he was feuding with Flair and all that. But my real kind of eye-opening to Terry Funk would have to be ECW.
Yeah.
ECW is where I really learned about Terry Funk. It was I would have to say it was Terry Funk that him and ECW kind of made you kind of look into him more and his body of work, and then that's how you kind of stumble on, you know, you stumble upon like his death matches with Cactus Jack and some of the stuff he's done in Japan. And then you realize like, man, this dude's been out here doing it for like a long time. But definitely I would say, yeah, ECW definitely is where I really learned, like, because I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people, especially if you're like, if you kind of came into wrestling back in the days and you weren't aware of, like, you know, old NWA and all that stuff, then yeah, you probably didn't really know much about funk. But if you watched ECW, you definitely got exposed to Terry and had a lot of memorable matches. Him and Sabu and the franchise. I think, you know, the first ever pay-per-view ECW ever did, Barely Legal.
When he put the ladder and was like spinning it around.
Yeah.
That was wild stuff, man.
So, you know, when you have like moments like that, and like I said, just the work and just the stuff he did in WWE, like, you know, as much as I didn't care for the Chainsaw Charlie, I mean, it was nice to see him kind of get that resurgence of a career in WWE a little bit, or, you know, just to see him tag up with, you know, Mankind, Cactus Jack,
Yeah,
type of stuff. So, you know, it was good to see.
I like when he was against Mick Foley. Like remember ECW. I think it was One Night Stand 2005, maybe 2006, when it was Terry Funk and Tommy Dreamer versus Mick Foley and Edge.
Yeah.
That was a crazy match.
So yeah, like that. When I think about like Terry Funk, I think about that. I also think about this here, because this. I don't care if we get copy claim for this, but I gotta play this song in the background because anytime I ever heard, before this song was cool, but after Terry Funk, like I can never hear this song again and not think about Terry Funk, and that's the Eagles' "Desperado," because that was his theme song in ECW,
Yeah.
and it's a fitting song for Terry too, man. So it's one of those things, man. But he'll be missed, man. It really is. It's just sad. Like the constant, the man who always was in retirement, but somehow had always had one more match.
Yeah.
That's Terry Funk right there.
Terry Funk probably holds the record for most longevity out of any wrestler of all time. Like he's probably had more years active than anybody, and he's like he had his he was only wrestling, like I think he had his last match like not that long ago, like maybe like 5 years ago, if that.
Yeah,
Like he definitely had his last match less than 10 years ago, and he was 79 when he passed away. So to kind of still be having matches in his 70s is pretty crazy.
yeah. So you know, like I said, I think one of his outside of the stuff in Japan, like the exploding ring matches, I think the most brutal match I've ever seen him in was Born to Be Wired. Him versus Sabu for the ECW World Title in a barbed wire match. Like that was just tough to watch.
Yeah.
But it's one of those matches that's just kind of burned in my brain of like classic ECW. When I think of ECW, I think about Born to Be Wild. I think about people like
Yeah.
Sabu and Terry Funk. It's a rough week, man. If you're a wrestling fan,
Yeah. And
but
yeah,
like I
this was
said, I think we
this
definitely.
week extracted a heavy toll for sure.
And on top of that, fucking Bob Barker, bro.
Bro, you know who I was reading before we went live? You know who just passed away?
Bob Barker?
Arlene Sokol.
Who?
Arlene Sokol.
It
She's
sounds
like the
familiar.
she's like the original voice of Harley Quinn.
Oh, for real?
Bro, like she just passed away. Like the news just came out like a half hour ago.
But yeah, man. Like I said,
Fuck.
it's tough though, man. It's a rough week, man. Rough week. I think for a lot of people. But like I said, man, R.I.P. to Terry Funk, man. Like I said, a true legend. Like I said, you laid the groundwork for what we know is hardcore wrestling.
Mhm.
You know, without that, who knows what we'd be. But then it's just like even sadder. It's like we lost Terry and it was sad, and then like literally the next day we lose Bray Wyatt.
Damn,
And that, like that one's
this
the
a
harder
tough
one
one.
because it's like, dude, it's like he just kind of came back after being released,
Mhm.
and then they kind of repackaged him, and then we find ourselves in this position where it's like, he had the Mountain Dew match, whatever, whatever however you want to look at it, and that was it. And now, dude's gone, man. Shit.
I'm gonna the way I felt about reading about Bray Wyatt passing is like that's almost how I felt. It's almost how I felt when reading that like Jay Briscoe had passed away. Like it just kind of felt very much the same, where it kind of takes your breath away for a minute, and it's like you almost like you almost can't even process what you're reading. Like I had to read the article like 3 times because it's like my brain couldn't process it. Like I just kept looking at it. I'm like, what? Like, wait, no, that can't be right. I gotta be like, I gotta be missing something here. And it's like I had to keep going back. Damn, man, yeah, this is a really tough one. This is a really tough one. Uh,
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to swallow, especially knowing, like, the man just like literally not that long ago had a baby, and just like the career was on an upswing, and it's just like it just
30,
you hate to see it.
36,
Yeah, 36.
36. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna be maybe hard for some people to hear, and some people are maybe not gonna like this. But here's a spoiler, boys and girls. Sometimes life is hard, and sometimes we have to discuss and talk about things that are hard. And the fact that Bray Wyatt's last match is like a Mountain Dew glow in the dark match makes me absolutely sick to my stomach.
I mean, it's not the best thing you want to be remembered on, at least as a fan. It just sucks because it was always just so much potential there. But again, this is one of those things of like uncontrollable because no one. I didn't know about his health conditions. I mean, the last thing I remember, like when he got taken out from that Sister Abigail thing because he had something, and then fucking COVID, man, fucking COVID.
I just feel like, see, and this is why. This is what I mean when I talk about like when I WWE really dropped the ball on Bray Wyatt. Like he was back for so long. I feel like he was back for so long, and they just did nothing with him, and it sucks. It sucks more in hindsight because now he's gone, and he was there for so long not wrestling, and week after week we were kind of watching him cut promos and be like, why isn't he wrestling? When's he gonna wrestle? And it sucks. And it sucks when you make a storyline and you try to play the long game, and you play the long game too long, and then it sucks because now he's gone. Like let's not the main thing here is that a father is leaving behind 4 children. Let's just pivot away from that, and let's just look at the smallest part of this, and let's just look at the smallest part of this. Now whatever story they were building, we'll never get to see it concluded.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like they played the long game for so long, and it pisses me off that he was there for so long, and it's like he could have had like a great run. They could have given him like a great run, and now all we have to remember him in this recent run, all we have to remember him by this recent run of Bray Wyatt is that Mountain Dew match, and that really sucks. That really, really sucks. It's this is a tough one, man. This is a tough one.
I mean, Bray Wyatt, hey man, in his short run in the WWE, he managed and when I sit back and think about it, it's like I'm surprised it even happened because there was so many times where it was like stop and go with Bray Wyatt in WWE. It's like we're gonna push him, but then we're gonna kind of devalue him, and then we'll push him again. But like he was just there to be the boogeyman, but the boogeyman always kept somehow losing.
Yeah.
But then you look at his accolades in that small time. Former WWE champion, former SmackDown World Tag Team Champion, former Raw Tag Team Champion, and a former 2-time Universal Champion.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a nice little list for the short period of time. I mean, sure, were a lot of these reigns kind of short-lived? Yeah, but they're still in the books, and they still count. So
yeah,
that to me is definitely a Hall of Fame career right there, and just that small time that he's been in WWE.
That's the sad thing is a lot of these reigns were really like stop and start. Like, man, the deleters of world, like the deleter, what was it, the deleters of worlds, right? Like Matt Hardy.
Yeah, the deleters of worlds with him and Matt Hardy. They were the Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. Like
we had the whole Wyatt family with Luke Harper, another one, R.I.P. Brody, and Randy Orton. They had the Freebird rules on the SmackDown Tag Titles.
But like the deleters of worlds, it feels like that team again, like never even got a chance. Like they won the titles and then dropped them so quickly. It's like they never even got a shot. And that feels like the legacy of Bray Wyatt is just never really got a fair shot. Like no matter how good on the mic he was, no matter how good in the ring he was, and he was great on both. It just feels like that's the defining thing here is that it's just never got a shot. Any time he held a championship was like it was gone before you know it. Like Goldberg beating the Fiend in the height of the Fiend's popularity. You know, the Fiend or Bray Wyatt winning the WWE title and then walking into WrestleMania as WWE champion and then losing the title to Randy Orton in whatever that match was.
Yeah.
Just it's too bad, and then it feels like in this latest run it was just more of the same. I feel like I feel almost a little bitterness because I feel like a lot of ways it was like WWE really did Bray dirty. So
I've been playing all of the Bray Wyatt themes while we've been talking in the background.
Alex, I totally agree with you that when he kind of made his return and he kind of delivered that promo, that was great. There was just so many great moments. There's just so many great Bray Wyatt moments. I really wish we could have in this latest run. I really wish we could have seen a little more of him in the ring. You know, and it just feels like there's so many things that he could have done, and there's so many things that they could have done with him, but he didn't, and now he's gone. So that's it.
Also, I know you can't hear it, Matt, but I'm pretty sure the chat here can come since we've been talking about Bray, I've been playing all of his past theme songs. I opened with the original one, and then I started with the last one. We're currently on the feed. Like, even his entrances, all of them were bangers.
All of them were bangers. Even this most recent one.
That one I just played. Really good. That one was good too.
That was like the perfect theme for like a baby face like Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, but the Fiend one was great. So it's just like
Fiend one was great. All of them were great. he was blessed with great entrance music for sure. Alex is saying Hall of Fame 2024. If not the Hall of Fame, which let's get this straight. I think for sure he could go. For sure he could go in the Hall of Fame, but we know how WWE likes to do things sometimes. I feel at the very least, won the Warrior Award.
I think he's going in the Hall of Fame next year.
I think he should.
He should.
I think he should.
He should, and he probably is.
But I think Shad should have been inducted in the Hall of Fame too. But
nah, he won't get the Shad. He'll just go right in the Hall of Fame. That's it.
Oh, but I know, but I'm saying like Shad should have went in the Hall of Fame. They should have put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know. I know WWE. They can be kind of screwy sometimes, but yeah, I think definitely he could be easily a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Bro, I was genuinely happy when this dude won the WWE title at Hell in the Elimination Chamber, because it's like
I was too.
Like I was like, finally, like this character who should be in that position holding the title Like this is what it was meant to be. And everybody knew he could carry the ball, but unfortunately, they literally just made him transition champion for Randy Orton,
That's what I mean,
which was
and
sad.
that's what I'm saying. And like, sorry if I'm coming off. Sorry, everybody. Like, if I'm coming off like I'm bitter, I don't want my bitterness to kind of overshadow uh the feeling of like sadness. Like, yeah, like again, every time he won a title, it was like just to transition it. Every time he held the championship, it was just so he could drop it to someone else. Like I said, like that, the Fiend at the height of its popularity had to drop the title to Goldberg, and then it completely killed all of the magic that was the Fiend. Like, that completely killed the Fiend. And then again, the Leaders of Worlds, they never even gave it a chance. They won the titles and then dropped them so quickly, and then that tag team was over. Never even gave them a chance to run with it. The winning the title in Elimination Chamber, like you said, it was basically just to transition it. And then, yeah, the thing with Randy Orton and Harper and him, you know, again, just another Bray Wyatt thing that they didn't do anything with.
Like I always looked at the Wyatt family as like they before the Shields was sitting there holding all that gold, the Wyatts should have had gold, all of them.
So
And it's
many
sad
times.
that like okay, Wyatt's never really got gold. Like the Wyatt family in itself never did anything. It wasn't
Mm-mm.
until they separated that Luke Harper got Intercontinental title for a cup of coffee, and then they reformed with Rowan to be the Bludgeon Brothers, and they walked away with SmackDown Tag Team titles, and then of course all the accolades that Bray had, and it's like, but why didn't you do any of that when they were just a Wyatt family to like
But
cement that faction?
it's I don't know. Again, though, like even with Brody, it's like he won the Intercontinental title, and then it was like you can believe this or you cannot believe this, but I think we've all heard this. But like, oh no, I think, you know what? I think this is actually true, because I think Brody kind of, he was the one that kind of said this. Like, he won the Intercontinental title, and then Vince McMahon took it off him because he couldn't do a Southern accent.
Yeah, right.
Did
I
you hear
remember
that?
that. I remember that.
Yeah, so like even Brody, like he won the Intercontinental title, and then again never even had a chance to run with it. They took it off of him almost immediately. Wyatt family won the NXT tag team titles, held them for a very brief time. That's right, I'm going way back. Yeah, the Wyatts, they were NXT tag team champions, and then again they won them, and it was like just as quickly as they won them, they dropped them to Corey Graves and Neville. And
Yeah,
any
that before
time,
NXT got on the network.
uh, any time any of these guys got any kind of momentum or any kind of championships, it was like it was just taken from them as quickly as they won it. I don't know. I don't understand. I just don't know what it was. And you know, again, like I said, I
Uh,
know if I
oh, sorry, man.
huh?
Go ahead, man. You can go ahead. I
Nah,
got
it's just I'm saying, you know, like I said, I'm sorry, you know, sorry if I'm coming off as bitter, but sometimes in life things make us bitter, and we have to just kind of work through that bitterness. And it's just it just sucks. It sucks. I'm sad on a selfish level. I'm sad because I feel like, and this whole Wyatt Six thing, this whole Uncle Howdy thing. Now, like, we'll just never get. I guess we'll just never see this storyline played out because because they played the long game for like 10 years. On it, so on a selfish level, I feel bitter for that. I feel sad. I feel sad for like his children that now they don't have their dad anymore, and as a father, like the thought of that like breaks my heart, you know.
Speaking of
man.
something,
This is a really tough. This is a really tough one, man.
I got something to say, man, because it was bothering me, and it was from last night on SmackDown. Because I watched SmackDown, but I didn't watch SmackDown for the simple reason that, okay, so it was supposedly, at least I was told, it was supposed to be a tribute show to Bray Wyatt and Terry Funk, right? That's what I was told. I don't know if you caught it when you got home later. I don't know if you watched it, man.
I caught highlights. I didn't watch the full show, but I did catch some highlights.
So I'm watching it and I'm going, okay, they start off with everybody's outside, you get a 10-bell salute, okay, but I feel like this really wasn't a tribute show. Like, nobody outside of Rey Mysterio and like Bailey, nobody had an armband or nothing. Show some respect. Nothing. Everybody's getting the well wishes through their Twitter. No one want to sit down and express how they feel about the man.
Remember when Eddie passed away and
yeah, remember when Eddie, when night? Owen, when even Chris. Yeah. But it's like now you just get everybody's Twitter feed of what they tweeted out, and it's like, what we just gonna keep going on with storyline? Can we not like for one night just? Like, even AEW did it for Brody. Just one night, have a show. The matches mean nothing. It's just there to be there. Why couldn't, I know Braun couldn't wrestle, but why couldn't you give a match to Rowan? Just for fucking one night.
I was really surprised that they didn't do something with him.
You would think. I mean, at least. I was surprised that he was actually there, but I'm glad he was. Front and center with Braun.
Like, maybe
you know what I'm saying? That's a tough pill to swallow. Like, two of your mates is gone, man.
Yeah.
But I just feel like that little tribute show that we got on SmackDown was weak as shit as a tribute to these two dudes. Sure, Cody come out, he talk a bit about Terry. They showed a little vignette. I mean, that's cool and fine. But I mean, honestly, with Bray, I'd have thought they'd have done better. They'd have done better.
Yeah, especially because usually when it's like a current guy, and I say current guy, like usually when it's a guy that's currently on the roster, they go a little bit harder on the tribute.
Not even like a current wrestler, but he's one of your own in the sense of like he didn't make his name anywhere else but here.
Yeah. Like
he's one of your own. Like that's your Bray Wyatt is your product based off of he's the son of another wrestler that was very prominent within your organization. So this is a third generation dude here. And half his life has been nothing but the World Wrestling Federation, now World Wrestling Entertainment. So I would have thought they would at least gave him a little bit of a tribute. Being, and like I said, there was no Bray Wyatt anywhere else. There was no Bray Wyatt in TNA. There was no Bray Wyatt in AEW or whatever the fuck. He's yours. You created this, man. You took Wyndham Rotunda and made him Bray Wyatt, or he made himself Bray Wyatt, but it's in your house. He got cultivated in your home. That's your. He's the product of the grooming that y'all gave him, plus his talent.
Was Bo Dallas on the show at least?
I didn't see Bo Dallas, to be honest. No.
Damn shame.
But I would understand, shit. It might be hard. It's your brother.
Yeah. I hope they do something with Bo Dallas. I hope they do something with Bo. Do you think? I don't know. Like, do you think they should keep Uncle Howdy going?
I don't even know, man. At this point, like anything with Bray, you might as well just like it rests with him, and you do something different.
Cause I kind of see it being two. I kind of see them. Like, there's two ways they can go. They can kind of keep. They could keep Uncle Howdy going, and just kind of almost have that character live on in live on as a memory of Bray, or
yeah,
you could
do
just
you really want that though? Do you want to be Chavo? Ask yourself that.
Or
you want to be Chavo?
I don't know. Or they could give Bo like a monster babyface push off of this.
I mean, they could if they wanted to. But let's again, R.I.P. to the Rotunda family. Bray Wyatt, you will be missed. You out of a lot of the wrestling that I watch nowadays, especially from WWE. Excuse me. The character of Bray Wyatt I always found interesting.
Yeah.
I always found him different. Like I said, I remember when you were Husky Harris and you was in the new Nexus. And you had to work your ass off to break the stigma of Husky Harris. That no one ever chanted Husky no more. Remember in the beginning when Ray first showed up on the scene, he got a lot of Husky chants. Because everybody remembered who he was before this character. And he had to do a lot to make people forget. And fuck chanting Husky. You now chant my name. You chant Wyatt. You sing my song. So, like I said, that's a lot of talent and a lot of determination and something to do. Like I said, when you already kind of had that uphill battle of like, you're coming into a company, or you're coming back into a company after having a previous gimmick. You know what I'm saying?
When, just real quick, Alex, I wonder, maybe Roman's one of those guys, maybe he's one of those, like, oh, gotta protect, like, kayfabe, and, the tribal chief is too cool to be sad about Bray, so I can't publicly express my feelings because the tribal chief has to remain looking like cold, like ruthless, like leader.
I
Because yeah,
mean,
like what?
I understand if it was like trying to keep kayfabe, but again, even Stone Cold can break kayfabe for Owen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else can sit there and break kayfabe for Eddie. So it's like we get it. Like we know this is a show, but it's like one of your coworkers, one of your brothers is gone and like out of nowhere. Hey, listen, you could have stood out there and showed respect as well. That's why I feel like the tribute show is just like, they were still more focused on trying to sell me a pay-per-view or a premium live event than actually pay tribute to this guy, and not only Bray but also Funk. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a very weak and very almost disingenuous tribute show, to be honest. To really be honest.
Also, real quick, but you know what, Trunks? Mark Briscoe was wrestling on Dynamite 24 hours after Jay Briscoe passed away. Like Mark Briscoe was wrestling, and he wrestled in the main event. For some, I don't think it's not it's not an expectation thing. It's a thing of like, for some guys it's easier, and like for Mark Briscoe, it was just, that's what he wanted to do. Like it's just, he wanted to do it. They gave him the offer, like, hey, like you know, you don't have to wrestle, you don't have to do anything, and he wanted that spot. So I don't think it's an expectation thing. I think it's a thing where you know, did they, was there kind of an invitation sent out, like, hey, like we're doing a tribute show for your brother. Do you want to be a part of it in any way? Like, you don't have to do anything, but do you want to come here and you can stand on the stage and you can be front and center on the stage while we do the 10 bell salute? Like, you can be front and center, not Cody Rhodes. I don't think it's not a expectation thing, but it's a thing of like, I wonder, like, what was the offer for him to be there? Like, maybe he would have wanted to be a part of that. Maybe it's like his brother's tribute show. Like, maybe he would have wanted to wrestle on that show, you know?
Yeah, it's possible. Like I said, or he might have just
Yeah.
like, listen, I can't do it, and you know what? I wouldn't say nothing after that if you say I can't do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything either. I absolutely wouldn't say anything about it.
But like I said, I just feel like the tribute show should be one of those things where at least have the wrestlers put on some armbands. Like, come on. Like it just felt a little disingenuous because, like I said, when I see tribute shows, the rule of thumb is any storyline that is going on is on halt today. Every storyline, even if we push in pay-per-view, whatever the fuck, it's halted today. We'll talk about it a little bit, but for the most part, every match now is literally tribute. We're not worried about the outcome. Like I said, mostly it's going to be all the baby faces who might have been aligned with that person, or the person that is mostly closely tied to that person gonna have, if they choose to have a match, they're gonna have a match, and guess what? They're going over. You say, you look back at Brody's tribute, all the matches were the same. Every member of Dark Order got a match, and every member of Dark Order went over. It meant nothing. It didn't do anything as far as further any storylines. You didn't talk about it the next week. It was just kind of a thing of like, this is Brody's tribute show. Brody was the leader of the Dark Order. The Dark Order members will be in action, and every member will get this win. Done. Same thing with Jay. When Jay passed, it's like, okay, like you said, Mark didn't have to do it. Every match they had furthered no storyline. It was all tribute for Jay. Mark had his match with Jay Lethal. They had a good match. Nobody in the building was thinking, oh man, Jay gonna pull this out. No, even Jay knew he wasn't winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's how that's what a tribute show at least in my eyes, that's what a tribute show is in wrestling. You stop everything that you're doing storyline wise, and you pay tribute to this person, and you get the people that meant the most to him. You put them in matches. If, like I said, if they're willing to have them, and you put them in it, and they go over, so that they show their tribute to that man. It's the same. It's the main fucking reason Rey Mysterio won the Rumble. Cause he did it for Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
He did it for Eddie, man. But like I said, WWE, they a new conglomerate of stuff. So they still trying to just focus on selling product. So like I said, as much as I like the parts of the tribute show they did last night, I think they could have did it better. Because I just felt like there really was no heart in this tribute show. The fact that wrestlers didn't have a time to talk and speak how they feel about them, and we just get their tweets, like, I don't know. That just rubbed me the wrong way. I'm sorry.
Because it doesn't have the same emotional impact as when you're kind of reading something versus when you're verbally hearing someone say it. Like
well, Trunks, Braun is injured, but Eric definitely, they could have just gave him a match. I said that earlier. They could have done that at least. Unless there was a reason for him that he couldn't, then I'd understand. But if he was able, like, yeah, give him a match. Let him just something.
You know, I remember like Edge's tribute, or it was like his tribute speech or whatever, and it was when he was kind of talking about Chris Benoit, and he was kind of talking about like, when I really got into this business, I had 3 friends that I was really close with. It was Christian, it was Eddie, and it was Chris, and now two of them are dead. And it's kind of like, damn, like that was so painful, but it sticks with you. And I remember Shawn Michaels talking about how one of the biggest regrets of his career was that he never got to wrestle Eddie Guerrero. Like, he talked about always wanting to wrestle Eddie, and he's like, it's unfortunate it never got to happen, but maybe it's not going to happen in this lifetime, but it'll happen in the next. Like, there's just, when it's just reading something is just not the same as when you hear someone say it. Then you can hear that emotion, and you can hear the emotion in their voice, and you can feel the emotion. It just hits differently. I heard, Trunks, I heard that supposedly Alexa was supposed to be there, but she couldn't get travel that would get her there in time. But I heard that she was at one point gonna be there.
Isn't Alexa Bliss having a baby now? Or should she have one already?
Yeah. No, she's having a baby.
Yeah, and Randy's still injured too, so. But, like I said.
It's just like, I don't know, like I remember Batista coming out on SmackDown with the lowrider and just kind of laying the world heavyweight title on the lowrider, and then he would go in the ring and he kind of said what he had to say, and then he left. Like, I remember for Eddie's tribute, I remember when John Cena, like, when he kind of, like, after his match, he said a couple words about Eddie, and then he laid the t-shirt, and then he put the title over the t-shirt, and then he just kind of left. Like, is this reading something on social media? It's just not the same as hearing somebody say it.
It's disingenuous, man. It's disingenuous.
It just, it's like that old saying, like, you can't get the emotion from reading a text. So when you read a text, you don't know you don't know how to take it. You're like, oh, this sounds like it's angry, but is it angry? Because you can't hear the emotion, and it's just social media. That's definitely something that social media has kind of, it sucks because it's just not the same reading something like reading a tweet saying Bray had passed away wasn't the same as when you turned on Raw and all of a sudden it was Vince McMahon kind of very in a very sad state, kind of telling you about Chris Benoit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah, but like I said,
I hate that about social media.
Yeah, but let's kind of try to move on. We are still watching Collision. It's currently a women's match. We got Willow taking on one of these. I forget the Vengeance or Revenge Twin woman. I forget they're called.
I think this is Robin Renegade.
That's it, Renegade. I knew it was something with an R. I had to move on, man. I was getting too sad over here, bro.
I think, I think it's time to move on. We said what we needed to.
Yeah, like I said, I feel we.
Let's lighten up the mood. Yeah. Let's have some fun now.
But right now, yeah, we got, like I said, tomorrow's All In. Also tomorrow we got Impact.
Yikes.
Emergence, and again, it's one of those things that you could care about it or you couldn't, because it's like it's kind of enough in pay-per-view, so I don't think
this card
too many things are gonna happen.
Sucks. This card sucks. I don't know, man. Like, I was looking at the matches for this pay-per-view. This is a shitty pay-per-view. Like, it's like they put little to no effort into this pay-per-view. Did you see the card?
Nah. We can go over the card though. Hold on, I was about to see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This a weak pay-per-view. This a weak pay-per-view.
It's weak like that, huh?
I think it is. Maybe some people will say it.
I don't know, they just don't.
Like, there's only one match for me, at least. There's only really like one match that I'm interested in seeing. Everything else I could do without.
Let's see what the card is we got for Emergence. Alright, so let me see what we got here. We got the countdown to Emergence, and that is they're gonna have a tag team match with the Good Hands taking on Joe Hendry and Yumira. Which I'm pretty. Then this one's an interesting one though. We got Evan Angels taking on Speedball Mike Bailey. That should be a good match.
I think that'll be a decent match.
Then we got the Swingers Quest for the Digital Media Championship. We got the Digital Media Champion Kenny King defending against Johnny Swinger.
Yeah, boring.
I feel like they might just give it to Johnny Swinger.
I think they will. I think they will give it to Johnny Swinger, which would be unfortunate because Kenny King just won it not that long ago.
Then we got a second real quick.
Yeah, I think the Bailey and Alan Angels match, I think will be good. I think that'll be like a fun X Division style match.
Yeah. We got a match for the Knockouts tag team titles. Let's pull that up here. Let's do all that. Let's do some of that quick editing work here because I'm so awesome. I'm so good at what I do. You didn't see none of that though. You didn't see how the cookie got made. That's all lies and slander, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we got a match here for the Knockouts tag team titles. You got the champions of Masha Slamovich and Killer Kelly. MK Ultra taking on Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans, taking on former champs The Coven, and also former champions The Death Dolls. Who would you get for this one here?
I don't know, man. I probably hope MK Ultra keep it. This is just like a clusterfuck match where it's just gonna be a bunch of people in a very short amount of time trying to get all their shit in.
Yeah.
And then a lot of these teams are just kind of really boring to me. Like the Death Dolls, same old shit, like nothing new. Like how many times are they gonna go for the titles? The Coven, they're just coming off of a horribly forgettable reign as champions.
Yeah.
And then Shaw and Evans are barely even a tag team.
Yeah, it's like they just throw Shaw around because she's over there banging Scott D'Amore.
Yeah.
Which, okay. You know what? I would go with the champs retaining actually because they've been dominant.
I think the champs will retain.
So yeah, I'm sticking with MK Ultra. Then we have in a no disqualification match, we've got the Designs Diener with Khan going up against former leader of Violent by Design, Eric Young.
Diener's fucking boring. He's just boring, man.
Yeah, I would go probably Eric Young because it's fucking Diener. Like at the end of the day, it's still Diener.
Like this is like Coca-Cola versus like RC Cola. It's boring, man. Yo, do you have RC
Not even
Cola
RC
in
Cola.
America?
RC Cola's still good. You need to talk about that off-brand soda.
Yeah, like grocery store brand.
Like when they got names like Mr. Fizz and Dunder Thunder and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dr. Thunder and shit like that. That's the real off-brand.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just like I've said it before. Like I don't really think Diener is that. The last time Diener was like interesting is when he was like when he was in a tag team with like Cousin Jake. Like that was a pretty good tag team. Don't worry, we'll get to him later.
Who?
But I don't know, like he was alright with Violent by Design, but he was easily the shittiest part of that group. There was a reason, like any time you saw Diener in a tag team match with Violent by Design, you knew Diener was there to take the fall.
Yeah.
Like if you saw Eric Young and Joe Doring, you knew they about to win. If you saw Diener and Joe Doring, You're like, they about to lose, and Diener's gonna take the fall.
Yep. But yeah, I'm going with Eric Young. I'm going with EY.
Yeah, same.
Next, we have for the Impact Wrestling Tag Team Championships, we've got the Rascals reformed going up against Subculture.
This, I think, will be a good match. I think this is going to be a good match. I'm hoping Subculture retains.
Oh, Keith Lee's here? I forgot he still worked here, man. Sometimes forget Keith Lee's in AEW sometimes because he's barely on TV. I could see the Rascals taking it, but I don't think they're going to take it off of Subculture that soon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, like I could definitely see the Rascals getting it at some point, but I don't know. I think it's too soon. I think Subculture just got it. Don't hot potato the tag titles like that.
Didn't they pick it up at like Slammiversary?
Yeah, they won it at Slammiversary.
So like I would say let them retain. Besides, who's the is the Rascals heel or they babyface?
They're heels.
Oh, Ziggy Dice about to get beat up by Keith Lee.
Yeah, no question about it. It's better than getting beat up by Johnny Swinger.
True.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Ziggy, his look is not the worst. If he just got in better shape. And he's not like it's not like he's that far off. Like, just tighten it up a little bit. Just tighten it up. You know, hit the gym a little harder on the weights side of things. Ziggy, come on now. But I think I'm sticking with the Subculture to retain. I don't think they're gonna drop the titles that soon. Plus, I do prefer this look for Morgan Webster than the mod look he used to rock back in NXT UK.
Yeah.
When he was the Mad Mod. I never thought that look was gonna ever really last for him. So I like what he's doing now.
Same.
And Andrews, he's always kind of been the same.
Yeah.
Next, we have, I think this is just a non-title, but we have, speaking of the other half of Diener, we got Jake something taking on the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion in Sonata. How did this come about? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, man, this is the best you could do.
This is the best you got for Sonata?
It's the best you got for Sonata? That's probably why this is not a title match. They probably told New Japan, like, oh yeah, we're gonna have Sonata, we're gonna have him fight Jake something. And they were like, fuck, Jake something. You fucking better not think there's gonna be a title match.
Sonata's probably thinking, man, I want to be all in. Like, I don't want to be in emergence. I want to be all in. It's just like, bro.
Yeah, fucking Sonata versus Jake something. And like, not even a title match. Not even a fucking title match.
What is this vignette with fucking, what are they got kidnapped and getting beat up? What's his name? The dudes that were from La Faccione.
I wonder if they're kind of getting ready to pair them up again, or kind of get them back together.
Oh, is that Andrade? That looked like that was Andrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking Sonata. Ain't no way Jake something doing anything to Sonata.
Yeah.
They're not letting him beat the IWGP Heavyweight Champion. Ain't no way.
Yes, Sonata by a long shot, by a long mile.
What else we got here? We got in a back to school match. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. We got Hobo Eddie Edwards taking on Frankie Kazarian. I don't even know what a back to school match is, first off, Matt. So I can't even tell you what that even means. But if I was gonna pick a winner, I'll pick Frankie Kazarian.
I'm gonna take Eddie Edwards.
You going with the Hobo?
I don't know. Yeah, like again, I don't know what a back to school match is, so it's hard for me to pick a winner. Like I kind of read that. I assumed, like, okay, does this mean like it's gonna be like a technical match, or are they gonna be hitting each other with like rulers and shit? I don't know. Impact's a fucking weird company.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's we'll find out tomorrow, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Joe Wildin. Alright, so what's the next match they got here? We got looks like we got ourselves a 8-man tag here. We got Bully Ray, Moose, Brian Myers, and X Division champion Leo Rush taking on the Time Machine and Josh Alexander. And the Time Machine is Kushida and Chris Sabin and the Impact champion Alex Shelley. Who you got for this?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Time Machine and Josh Alexander. It's like, I don't know, you got your world champion and you got your X Division champion. Not only are they in the same match, but they're in an 8-man tag. I don't understand why either of them is defending their title on this crappy pay-per-view.
You would think. I mean, you got the women's tag, you got the men's tag on the line, but you got the dumbass digital media championship, but no X Division, no world title. We just gonna stick them in a. Couldn't Shelley? I mean, couldn't Sabin, Kushida, and Alexander just take on Moose, Bully, and Myers while Shelley and Rush defended their titles at least?
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, you know, I just don't understand, like, it should never be a thing that if you're doing any kind of event that people are supposedly having to pay to watch it and not have title matches on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I wanted to see non-title confrontation, then I'll just watch your regular television program.
Like, especially, okay, granted you're not running head to head with All In. Like, I understand, but you're airing your pay-per-view on the same day as All In. Like, you would want to go a little harder and be like, hey man, let's kind of make sure that our pay-per-view doesn't get overlooked. Like let's assume everybody's spending their hard-earned money and they're ordering all in. You would think like, man, we gotta go hard on this pay-per-view, man. We gotta sell this pay-per-view.
Not even just sell it, you could just kind of ride off the momentum of All In, seeing as how that show's gonna be early in the day. So it's like, okay, it's not even a thing of people need to make a choice, but it's a thing of like, okay,
But in a
can
sense,
I
like,
can
do you
I
think?
can I get people hyped for wrestling that like they just watched All In. Now All In could be good, All In could be bad. We don't know yet. But then you sit there and go, well, oh shit, Impact got a card with the X Division champs on defending the world title. Like all the titles are on the line. Plus we have these other matches on toe. So you would think, you might more be inclined to want to check it out because you know you got more all this shit popping off.
But like, imagine you just paid $50 to order All In, right? You just paid $50 to order All In. Do you think you want to turn around and spend another $40 for this card?
No, I wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you'd think you would go harder, and you would think you would be like, hey, like everybody's gonna be spending their money on All In. We gotta make this a cannot miss pay-per-view, so this isn't the worst selling pay-per-view of all time. And it just seems like they already accepted defeat. Like they weren't even trying. It's like they already accepted defeat. They're like, let's just put on whatever matches because no one's gonna order this pay-per-view.
Oh shit, it's Hook.
Mm-hmm. Is Hook the fourth partner?
Of tonight's match. Well, I don't even know what is the main event here tonight.
It's okay, so it's Darby Allin, Hook, I guess, Sting, and CM Punk versus Swerve, Luchasaurus, Jay White, and Brian Cage.
Ah, okay.
It's like a all-star, like, 8-man tag. Is what they're calling it.
Speaking of Swerve, when they gonna do something with Swerve, man? I mean, you know, it's cool. They gave him the tag title for a cup of coffee. But ever since then, he ain't really been doing much of nothing.
I don't know. He should be international champion.
He kind of should be, yeah.
He definitely should be.
But yeah, I'm picking this time for this. I don't know. Are there any more matches here?
Yeah, we got the main event.
Oh yeah, okay. For the Knockouts Women's Championship, we've got the champion of Trinity taking on Deonna Purrazzo.
Yeah, Trinity. That's gonna draw pay-per-view buys, no doubt about it.
That's gonna put butts in seats.
Who needs CM Punk and Adam Cole and FTR and the Young Bucks and Sting? Who needs any of that?
We got Trinity.
You got Trinity. Yikes! And their match at Slammiversary was terrible. Like, their match at Slammiversary was not very good, and now you're doing it again.
So who you got walking away though? Knockouts.
Me, like, walking away from my TV as soon as this match comes on. I think probably Trinity. I think she'll retain.
Yeah, more than likely.
I don't think she's dropping the title already.
So we really just going with the real world champion here.
I guess. They should call it something else. They should just call it something else. But again, though, I wonder how long is that title gonna be sticking around? Because I could see them doing a title for title match at All Out.
Speaking of that, I'm thinking that we might see the reformation of the Kingdom, baby. I'm calling it.
You think?
Adam Cole's gonna turn on MJF. And we're gonna get the Kingdom back, baby.
Possible. I just don't like the idea of MJF going babyface.
But yeah, I guess Trinity will probably win this.
I don't know. I just don't see them taking it off her that soon, considering how quick they were to put the title on her. Like it seems like they were in. It seems like they rushed to put their title on her. It doesn't seem like it wouldn't make sense for them to take it off of her so soon.
Yeah, they want that WWE rub that she has. I'm pretty sure Diana she'll get the title back eventually.
This a weak pay-per-view.
Yeah, this is kind of a weak card.
It's a weak ass pay-per-view. See, like what they should have done is I would have like maybe have Alex Shelley versus Sonata. Maybe like have neither title on the line, but maybe like make it like a champion versus champion match.
That'd have been a little bit. That'd have been at least interesting.
Like that to me would have been better than sticking Alex Shelley, like just sticking your world champion in like a pointless 8-man tag.
Not even your world champion, but your X Division champ too.
Yeah, and again, like they should have like Lio Rush should be defending the title.
I'm happy Lio Rush is sticking around for once in a place.
Yeah, me too. Like Lio Rush and Kushida, like weren't they supposed to have a match? Because Kushida won the Ultimate X, and then he was supposed to get a title match. Did that ever happen?
I don't know. I don't think it has actually.
See, you should have did Kushida versus Lio Rush, the X Division title, and then do Alex Shelley and Sonata, make it like a champion versus champion match. No titles on the line, purely just, hey, we're gonna find out who's the better world champion. And then for you just have Bully Ray, Moose, and Brian Myers. They can take on Josh Alexander, Chris Sabin, and Jake something. There you go, Impact. I just made your pay-per-view instantly better. Made your pay-per-view instantly better.
Well, we got a big pay-per-view coming up right here with Christian Cage and Luchasaurus coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Lucha Negro, I mean, because he's dark. Lucha Negro. And we got when is All Out? In like September 3rd it was?
Yeah, like it's like literally 2 weeks.
Well, we'll talk more about that as it comes along. We don't really, I mean, I don't think the card itself is not fully stacked up. I know we got Darby versus Lucha for the TNT. We got Hobbs versus Mero.
I think that's it. I think that's the only 2 matches. Probably they don't want to announce, like, they don't want to announce anything before All In, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to announce, like, you're not going to announce, like, your world title match, or you're not going to announce your tag team title match. So I think for All Out, I think we'll get either a lot of rematches or we'll get a lot of matches just kind of seemingly put together. That's why I kind of wonder with the real world champion thing. I wonder if they'll do like a unification match at All Out. Even though there is no need for a unification match because technically Punk was stripped of the title, but since you're kind of making the real world championship a thing, like AEW's kind of making it a thing now. There should be a unification match. Like, it should be Punk versus whoever wins at All In, and then it kind of makes sense because All Out is in Chicago, so you want to have Punk in a high profile match, probably in the main event. And then I could see Orange Cassidy defending the international title against somebody from Blackpool Combat Club, like maybe Orange Cassidy and Claudio. I don't know. I just think it'll be one of those cards. I think it'll just be a lot of matches that are just kind of runoffs of current storylines, you know?
Yeah.
Because basically you have like 2 weeks to build this pay-per-view. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn beat the House of Black tomorrow.
I could definitely see them taking the titles.
So then, you know, maybe at All Out it'll be their like rematch. Like, they'll get their rematch. I don't think we're gonna see a rematch between the Bucks and FTR, but so we'll see. But yeah, the cards so far, I'm kind of interested. Like Miro and Hobbs, like that should be like a physical match, and then Darby and Luchasaurus is like a new match. Like, that's like a new combination we've never really seen.
Yeah. It should be good. It should be good. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna be watching it tomorrow afternoon, so make sure I don't oversleep.
I'm gonna try to watch it before I go to work.
Gonna have to hopefully the seas won't be too rough, my friends. Arr.
Yeah, let's kind of hope.
Yeah, that barn burner with Ziggy Dice. I don't know why they did that. It's like just a squash match. It's a waste. It's like Ziggy Dice is a good wrestler. Like I said, he just needs to tighten up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the gimmick could work, like, if you want to be the sleazy, outlandish Jiggy Dice with all the weird tattoos and all that, just tighten up the body a little bit.
Yeah.
We got Jay White and CM Punk in the ring together.
It's a nice combo, man. I would like to see a one-on-one match between these two at some point.
But Jay, he wants some of the Icon Sting.
Let him have it.
Oh, sneaky Pearl Harbor CM. That's why you can't trust the Switchblade.
Mm-hmm.
What's good with Brian Cage's new look over here? We got a little kind of Ultimate Warrior Powers or Pain vibe going on there. Wonder what that's all about.
I don't know if I like it or not.
I don't care for it much, to be honest with you.
It's not as bad as the singlet in Lucha Underground.
Hook and Jay White in the ring. Now that's a combination.
AEW, they need to utilize Jay White a little better.
I'd like to see this a one-on-one right here, Hook and Jay White.
Like, I want to see Jay White win some gold, you know?
Insane, indeed.
That's what I mean. You can't have Orange Cassidy just manipulate the international title forever, man.
Yeah, I don't know why we're doing this so long, though.
It's like it was great for him. It was great to see him win the title. Like, it was awesome for him to get the title. But now it's just like, I look at the roster and I'm like, there's so many guys that could use a championship right now, but man, like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? Like, I want Swerve to be international champion. I want Jay White to be international champion.
Yeah, it's like right now the TNT titles with Christian.
Let's not get crazy. Like, Christian is rocking it as TNT champion.
Him and his cohort Lucha Negro.
Yeah. Lucha Negro's a beast.
And Sting, man, just going hard with the long sleeve shirts on, man.
Yeah. It's funny, like, he doesn't even wear the overcoat anymore. Like, he doesn't wear the overcoat. He just kind of comes out in the long sleeve shirt.
Christian. No, not picture in picture. I hate picture in picture. Why can't picture in picture be just the same size, like a 50-50 split? Why we gotta... I know we pushing the product, so the product has to be bigger than the actual wrestling. But couldn't we just do a 50-50 split?
Yeah. You sell it to the network like it won't be a 50-50 split. It'll be a 51-49 split in your favor. You could sell it to them that way, and then they won't know.
Look, here you go, Jared. I love Orange Cassidy too, but I think that, like, the reign he's had now has kind of been ridiculous. Seeing as how, like, better men should have been in this ring with him and should have beaten him.
Yeah, it's just and it was like I'm happy because again, Orange Cassidy was one of those guys where people are like, oh, when are they gonna do something with OC? When are they gonna do something with OC? But now it's just they've taken it to a new level where it's almost like laughable how he keeps retaining, like it's almost like laughable.
Yeah.
And yeah, like especially like when you're saying like especially when there's guys that should kind of have the upper hand.
Yeah.
They need to do like a Brody Lee like thing. Like they need to have like Orange Cassidy versus Roosh, and then have Roosh just destroy him and beat him in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. I would be okay with that.
Like something like that. Yeah, because there's just so many guys that should just get a turn, but it's just, oh man, like nobody's gonna take it away. No one's gonna take it. No one can take away that Orange Cassidy has been a great champion, and he's had a great reign, and he's been a fighting champion, and he's been a dominant champion. It's just, come on, man, enough's enough now. It's time for someone else to get a crack with the. It's time for someone else to get a crack with the title.
Agree, man. Like even Pac didn't have the belt that damn long.
No.
But there's no need to be holding the title that long.
No.
It's the main event here tonight, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Main event.
Yeah, this is a good main event.
It's a stacked card, man. It's a stacked card.
See, like, Impact is doing this main event, but it's their main event for the pay-per-view. Like Impact is doing like an all-star 8-man tag, but it's like it's on their pay-per-view, and I think it's not even the main event. Like AEW, their all-star tag team match, it's not. It's the main event of the go-home show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing out
there. Are Keith Lee and Dustin, are they still like running as a tag team?
What, the Natural Limitless or something like that?
Like the Natural, I think it was the Natural Nightmares.
No, Natural Nightmares was him and QT Marshall. I think they were called Natural Limitless or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was him and QT. Right. Is it like Naturally Limitless?
I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was, actually. But
yeah, speaking on that, Natural Nightmares, that was a good team.
It was a good team.
Did you catch Rampage yesterday?
I did.
Nice to see they finally acknowledged QT Marshall's Latin American Championship win.
Yeah, he defended it against Gravity.
Yeah, nice to see him kind of.
So, it's good for him. He got his little snazzy ring gear.
Speaking of Gravity, where's Bandito? Is he hurt?
Man, I don't know.
I feel like we haven't seen Bandito in like a minute. See, come on, AEW. That's why you need That's why you need the brand split, man. That's why you gotta have the 2 separate shows. You gotta have 2 separate rosters for 2 separate shows. So all these guys don't just keep slipping through the cracks.
Yeah, they gotta do something, man. Like they gotta get it like kind of organized.
And then, like, have a separate show where you can create like separate championships, and then that would give more opportunities for people. Like, this is why you need the brand split. This is why the real world title, they should just come up with a different name for it. Give it a new design, and hey, this is the world championship just for Collision, and then I don't know, do something else. Again, your FTW title, just rechristen it the AEW Hardcore title, and then okay, that title's just gonna be on Collision now, or that title's just gonna be on Dynamite.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, while we're talking about this, I figured since we can't give you AEW, we can at least give you ELW. So enjoy this match that we happened the night before on ELW Rage Quit. It was for the ELW World Television Championship. Do-Rag Danny, member of the White Club, going up against the 10-minute man, Moist Critical. Like, this dude's unstoppable, man. This guy's a menace. I don't know if you've seen a lot of his matches, but
He still got the championship?
he's unstoppable, son.
Bro, yeah, he's been having a tear.
Bro, kid, he hits you with that Moist kick, son. It's over. In fact, the night before this match, he beat I Show Speed. Son, it was devastating, son. He gets it done in 10 minutes or less, baby. 10 minutes or less. The dude goes hard for the TV title, man. He's bringing so much prestige to that championship. Like I said, the dude's a menace, though. The dude is a menace.
He's tearing it up.
Now we got Hook. We got a lot of like different matchups that we've never seen before in this match right now. Like Hook and Lucha Negro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hook and Swerve.
See, that's what I like about matches like this, because it gives you like, okay, like, I like seeing Jay White lock up with Sting, and I like seeing Jay White and Darby Allin and CM Punk and Hook. And it gives you like a little taste, like it gives you a little taste of everything, like we're getting a little taste of Darby Allin and Luchasaurus, but it's not I like that it's not a 2-on-2 tag team match, because Darby Allin and Luchasaurus are not spending a lot of time fighting each other, but they're touching each other, but it's not overdone, so they're giving you like a nice taste, but you're still like hyped for the pay-per-view,
Yeah.
Or like I said, it's giving you a taste of what a Swerve and CM Punk match could be like, but without giving away the whole thing. It's like when you go to Baskin Robbins and you're like, let me get a sample of this, let me get a taste of this, let me get a taste of this.
Yeah.
It's like it's giving you tastes of a bunch of different like matches that could be very interesting.
Yeah.
Again, I like the Impact one too, like, don't get me wrong, it's just that I kind of don't like that you're having both your singles champions in the same match and they're not really defending the titles.
Yeah, you hate to see it, so it's one of those things you hate to see it.
And then Sonata and Jake something, I feel like they could have did a little better. Like, have Sonata versus Sami Callihan, put it in like the main event and make it a title match, and then that's a little better,
Yeah. All right, man. You want to watch this match with me? I'll put it in the thing so you can see it. So, because this was a very interesting match. Like, you know, Moist, he always comes in with like a fury of offense. Like, the guy comes in hot. He's very aggressive in his offense. And I have to reiterate, like, I don't control a lot of these matches, so this is all. When his matches go, it's all AI, so I don't control it. He's winning on his own. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, this dude's a menace, because I'm like, I'm not controlling it. The AI want him to win. But, you know, Durag Danny's a tough guy. He's a former inaugural ELW Almighty Champion, so it's not like he's not familiar with gold. So this was a big opportunity for him to get back on that, you know, bring more gold back to the White Club.
I don't think it's going to be a long match.
Listen, like I said, the most important thing you have to remember is just, you got to avoid that moist kick, man. That moist kick is deadly. Like, if you're lucky to survive it.
Look, he's already, like, beating his ass.
Like I said, he's aggressive, man. Like, Charlie don't play games. Oh, look at that fucking disaster kick. Like, this dude, like I said, the only thing I could call him is a menace, son. He's a menace. Especially, like, listen, that moist kick, sometimes he just be doing that shit out of nowhere, bro. Like, I mean, literally, like, dudes run at him, and he just kicks their fucking head off. And then, boom, right there, look at that. Moist cutter. Hits him with a moist cutter. That's usually a sign of things to come. Boom, moist kick. Moist kick. But Durag survived it. He kicked out. He kicked out, man. Most dudes don't kick out of that moist kick, son. Real talk. They don't kick out. But like I said, Durag's a tough guy. He's not in the white. He's not. There's a reason he's in the White Club. Okay. Oh, Cage taking the L. Oh, look at CM Punk trying to send a message to Samoa Joe.
Who do you think's taking the L in this 8-man tag?
Oh, it's Cage. He already took the L.
Okay, I think you're a little ahead of me.
But now they're fighting in the ring.
I guess Cage. I guess that makes sense though.
Alright, but look at my man Durag. Jack Perry jumping hook. This is how you do the go home. Oh, with the diving DDT, you saw that?
Hey, that was impressive.
Like I said, Durag tried, but remember, he got time ain't on his side. He still got 6 minutes now. But like I said, man, Moist, he built different, man. He's built different. He be turning on the second gear. And then, like I said, next thing you know, man, the dude's a menace. Like I said, man, I let the AI do its thing, man. They said Internet Jesus, he can't be touched. He built different. Look at him. Just Durag better pull up some offense, son.
Yeah, times
Bro, they are really trying to sell all in for tomorrow, boy. They going hard on this little brawl going on out here.
Hey, real quick. Do you think this would maybe be too soon.
Oh, yo, he about to
for
suplex
certain
him.
people. Do you think they should? Do you think they should induct the Wyatt family in the Hall of Fame, but not Braun Strowman, like the original Wyatt family, like just Bray, Harper, and Rowan? Because then you could because then that's a way where you could kind of get Harper in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, another moist cutter. And he going up the top. What's he doing? Moonsault Suntan, bro. Uh-oh, it's coming. Oh, moist kick. That's it. That's it.
He can't be stopped, son.
I told you he a menace. I told you he a menace, son.
Can't be stopped.
He hit you, like I said, boom, that kick. I'm surprised he kicked out of the first one, but no one usually kicks out of the second. So if you're lucky to kick out of the first, the second one you're not getting up. For real. You're not getting up. But all Collision is over, and that usually means that's gonna be it for us as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show. You know, I had fun. I mean, it was a little somber in the beginning, but it was, you know, we was paying tribute. So
you know, like I said, you know, sometimes things are hard to talk about, but this is a part of life, you know.
We do appreciate
Sometimes that's
y'all.
just how it is.
We appreciate y'all. Excuse me. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us, you know, and y'all in the chat sharing y'all moments and speaking y'all, you know, piece. It's always good. So, but hey, look here. If you liked it, hey, smash the like, all that fun. And listen, you guys are smart people. I don't gotta tell y'all nothing. You know what it is. But just make sure you tell a friend to come check out KliqBait Wrestling. Come subscribe. Definitely do that. And yeah, we'll be back here next week. We'll be talking about everything that went down at All In. We'll probably talk more about All Out and everything else in between. So until then, y'all have a good night and enjoy your All In. Make sure, like I said, get up early. Get up early. All right. And anything else, Matt, before we call it?
Nope.
Alright, well, hey, y'all have a good evening and make sure you always kick out. Thick Boys out.
Time has come, I'm ready to go. Venturing into the unknown. Fire's inside me, must be unleashed. People talk nonsense all the day. Shampoo kindness, all they can say. I can't get no satisfaction. Woo-hoo! Challenge may have come. Woo-hoo! Fighting just begun, but there's no stopping. People spreading out my wings. Let's fly high. Woo-hoo! Concentrate my power. Woo-hoo! In the final hour, in the end, I'm gonna win. I hope you die. Don't you know I'm unstoppable? Don't even try, cause you will fall. I got a strength deep in my soul that gives me courage and control. I'll go beyond the limit break. The universe is mine to take.